Hey, 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 friends. All right, my name's Roya Massoudnia. Thank you for the intro. You got my name right, good job. My name's Roya Massoudnia. I'm a senior here at SLU. I'm a political science and Middle Eastern studies major. So, sitting in a yellow jail cell with a man-made scarf sling for your broken arm is it's kind of gonna be one of those moments when you're reflecting on life, like, is it gonna change? Yeah, it's gonna be a turning point for you pretty much. And I know you have a lot of questions right now, like the most pressing one being, why was the jail cell yellow? I don't know, I really don't know. But hopefully by the end of my story, you can kind of get a good glimpse of what, why, where, all of those little tidbits about my story that really changed my perception of what my responsibility is for myself, for my community, and for my country. So, quick question. Does anyone here know about the Iranian Green Movement? It doesn't have to do with the environment. We do have one of those in Iran. It's not all deserts. Does anyone know anything about the 2009 Green Movement in Iran? It's okay if you don't. Sir? Tell me about it, please. Correctamundo. So yes, I'm just gonna, you didn't hear him, but he was very correct. Good job. So the Iranian 2009 Green Movement was a political movement that started in dissent to fraudulent presidential elections of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, who was running for a second term as president against reformist Mousavi. And let me just paint a picture of, you need to know this story, this political story, in order to hear mine. So I'm growing up in Tehran, Iran, in an upper middle class family, in an environment in which there is no social sphere for people to be free. There's no space for you to talk about politics. There's no space for you to talk about oppression. There's no room to talk about the fact that I have to wear hijab without it being my choice. That it's okay for teachers to tell you how to act in the public sphere, and it's okay to have duplicity and a different persona in your home. Because what matters is that you fit this pristine little clay mold that they've made for you. There's no room for young Iranians to speak their minds. There's no academic integrity for the exchange of ideas. We live in a globalized world. That is something that exists. We all want that space, and hopefully it's not something that any of us take for granted. Because after that, there's no way that I can. So kind of getting back to my story, I'm at the mere tender age of 17 back in 2009. I go to upper middle class, like very high class, schmoozy, fancy international school in Tehran, Iran. There's definitely socioeconomic diversity, and not in a good way. There's a lot of stratification, and people are upset. People are upset with the outcomes. They are feeling that their pride is being stomped on, that they're not being valued as individuals. Because who can say that election was won by a landslide of 2/3 of the votes when the votes haven't even finished being counted? So we have Iranian youth. 70% of the population are under the age of 35, and we've just established that they have the same values that you do, wanting that public sphere of the exchange of ideas. So if our elected officials don't provide that space for us, by God, we're gonna take it and we're gonna create it for ourselves. That is what we're gonna do, and that's where the movement started. In all of the major cities in Iran, Tehran, Isfahan, Shiraz, Ardabil, everywhere, you have people just like you, just like me, flooding the streets for our rights. Where's my vote? I want my vote to be heard. And I, an upper middle class Iranian girl with the privilege of having dual citizenship to the United States, am doing the same thing, alongside with all of my peers. So where is my vote? Where did it go? Where has it been? Who does it affect? Me and my twin, hey, and my friends decide to sneak out of school. We know that there's danger. We've gone protesting before. We've done it. We've yelled down with Ahmadinejad. We've said those things. But now there's real danger. And we're not hearing it in our free press, which doesn't exist on Iranian TV. We have to hear it from Western media outlets through the satellite, through BBC, through CNN, through VOA, through BBC Persian, to find out what's happening literally in our own communities. On Iranian TV, they're showing reruns of 90s Animal Planet documentaries about elephant migration at the same time. For Christ's sake, come on. Like, there's a war going on in the streets. Seriously, oh my God. Anyway, so we're chanting in this area called Van Eyck Square, which was really close to my school, so it's like a 1.5 mile walk. And I see this kid. I'm gonna call him the boy with the green mustache. And the reason we say that is because, when guys, hit puberty and they kind of get a mustache, it's kind of green looking. If you're tan and Middle Eastern, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so literally he's got teared up shoes. He obviously is a street kid, and we're walking as one. Old, young, every footstep that we take together is one. Every heartbeat is one. I can feel it. The feeling is tangible. We're not a wave of different types of people. We're one person doing this, moving as one body. He holds my hand. The police come. They raid. They yell at us. They tell us that we're nothing. And at the same time, there were these pop-up jails in which rape was happening, unfortunately. A lot of people were being killed. And at that moment I see, where's the boy with the green mustache? I don't see him. I see him propped up against a wall with the police officer's heavy arm against his face and chest. Who do you think you are, you street trash? You're lower than the dust upon my feet. You should have just kept sweeping in until instead of thinking that you're shit. I don't know if I was thinking, not thinking, overthinking, but I knew that I had to do something. Why don't you beeping, freaking beep on someone your own size, huh? He throws me to the ground. The boy's paralyzed, just staring at me. He breaks my arm. I still look at him. I yell at him, run, because I'm privileged enough to be arrested. He runs. I keep looking at him. It's like I'm moving through Jell-O. He runs. He gets away. I'm in the van. So I'm finally in the same colored jail cell as your shirt, sir. And I'm thinking, I have privilege. I have privilege knowing that my daddy can bail me out of this political turmoil. I have privilege knowing that I can leave this country. I have privilege knowing that my dual citizenship gets me way farther than that boy can ever go. That is why we fight. That is why we move forward. I'm gonna leave you with this poem that I wrote right before I came on stage. And it starts like this. You have the power. It's something you exude. It's a feeling you elude. You have the power. By giving your hand, you're gonna help your fellow man. You have the power to break down oppressive barriers that make our hearts hate carriers. You have the power. There's a great amount of change that we need to see. Tell yourself it can start with me. Thank you very much.